Hi, I'm Leslie Palma, Communications Director for Priests for Life, here with your pro-life news break for Friday, December 5th. The pregnancy help movement could be on its way to scoring a double victory in the federal courts. On Monday, a three-judge panel of the Second Circuit Court of Appeals unanimously ruled that the U.S. Constitution protects pregnancy help centers' right to discuss abortion pill reversal with their clients. New York Attorney General Letitia James filed suit in federal district court to bar Gianna's House, Options Care Center, and the National Institute for Family and Life Advocates from promoting the protocol that allows mothers to try to save their babies once they have taken the first drug in a chemical abortion. The district court voted in favor of the centers, and now an appeals court has agreed. At least 7,000 babies have been saved through the reversal process nationwide. On Tuesday, the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments in a pregnancy center case from New Jersey, where its attorney general is trying to get information on people who donate to First Choice Women's Resource pregnancy centers. Consensus after the hearing, even from the pro-abortion media, is that the court was clearly leaning in favor of the pregnancy centers. The case hinges on whether the centers may fight the New Jersey subpoena in federal court rather than state court. The ruling could come as late as June, but Supreme Court observers are confident the case will be decided in favor of First Choice. All in all, a good week for the pregnancy help movement. The Trump administration's plan to defund Planned Parenthood for 1 year did not fare so well in federal court. A district court judge in Boston said a challenge to the defunding brought by 22 Democrat attorneys general had a good likelihood of succeeding and blocked enforcement of the defunding in those states. The spending bill Trump signed in July made many abortion providers, including the nation's largest, Planned Parenthood, ineligible for Medicaid reimbursements for 1 year. The Boston judge put her ruling on hold for 7 days to give the Trump administration a chance to appeal. Abortion-related ballot amendments are back in the news. In Missouri, a state appeals court has rewritten a pro-life amendment to make it clear that a yes vote would lead to reinstatement of laws protecting most babies from abortion. The judges found the language for the 2026 referendum was not clear enough that the proposed amendment, if approved, would repeal and replace a pro-abortion amendment approved by voters in 2024. Meanwhile, in Idaho, a pro-abortion group hoping to get an amendment on the ballot there has collected more than $385,000 for the effort so far this year. Idahoans United for Women and Families also has collected more than 50,000 signatures of the 70,000 required. If approved, the amendment would lead to the likely repeal of 2022 laws protecting most babies from abortion. Abortion advocates in Virginia and Oregon are working on pro-abortion ballot amendments for 2026. And in Nevada, where voters passed a pro-abortion amendment in 2024, that one requires a second vote next year. Pro-life advocates in Nebraska hope to build on the success of a 2024 amendment that caps abortions at 12 weeks by getting another referendum before voters. The new amendment, which would protect babies from conception, is in the early stages of the ballot qualification process, according to Life News. And pro-life advocates in Colorado are hoping to get a right to be born amendment before voters in 2026. I reported last month on a surgery resident at the University of Toledo Medical Center whose medical license was suspended after he allegedly held his girlfriend down by the neck and forced her to swallow abortion pills he had ordered online. Now 32-year-old Hassan Abbas has been indicted on 6 felony charges. Although the baby did not survive, Abbas has not been charged in the baby's death. The Hyde Amendment continues to be a major sticking point as Republicans and Democrats in Congress work to find a way to extend subsidies for those who buy insurance on the Obamacare exchanges. The Hyde Amendment prohibits federal tax dollars from paying for abortion, but some states allow insurance to cover the procedure. Republicans want to change that. Senate Majority Leader John Thune told reporters this week that the Hyde issue remains a challenging issue for both sides. A vote is expected next week on a Democrat bill to extend the Obamacare subsidies, but no one has seen the bill yet. And finally, here's a quick look at what's happening on the state level. In abortion-friendly Massachusetts, the Department of Public Health wants abortion to become integrated into primary health care to increase access to the procedure, because in some areas it's not easy to find an abortionist willing to kill babies past 21 weeks. An Arizona state representative has proposed a bill that would give up to a $4,000 state tax credit in the year a mother gives birth. Republican Representative Nick Cupper hopes his bill would provide women the encouragement they need to choose life. Texas law, enacted yesterday, allows state residents to sue those they suspect of manufacturing abortion pills in the state or mailing them into the state, where most babies are protected from abortion. The law is the first legislative challenge to so-called shield laws in many Democrat-led states that protect abortion pill providers from out-of-state prosecution. A bill in the Florida House that would allow wrongful death lawsuits to be filed against those who abort a baby beyond the 6-week limit has won all the committee approvals needed before coming before the full House for a vote. The bill is expected to pass the House, but a companion bill in the Senate could face a tougher road. county court in Indiana on Tuesday heard arguments in a case that has blocked pro-life laws in the state for 3 years for a group of state residents with religious objections. Filed in September 2022, the suit claims Indiana laws protecting most babies from abortion impose a substantial burden on the religious practice of plaintiffs whose faiths permit or require abortion in certain circumstances. But as Solicitor General James Barta pointed out in court, despite 3 years of litigation, the plaintiffs have not identified a single instance where one of them has not been able to have an abortion, nor have they identified the circumstances under which that might occur. That's some of what's making news this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't been to the Priests for Life website lately, check it out. It's been redesigned to offer visitors a more visually arresting, easy-to-navigate experience. Find it at priestsforlife.org. Have a blessed weekend, and please remember always that life is the only choice.